Hi guys, Lee Burghard here with Reef Photo and Video, and welcome to our video series Hands-On with Reef. Just this past week, we got a chance to try out a new water contact optic over a couple local dives. So today, I'm very excited to be sharing with you our first impressions of the all-new Nauticam WACP-2. Needless to say, I'm thoroughly impressed with the new Nauticam WACP-2's performance for underwater imaging. And there are so many exciting features to talk about with this lens, guys, that it's hard to even know where to start. Now, the original WACP has been one of our top recommendations for underwater imaging for the last several years due to the excellent image quality, close focusing abilities, and very versatile zoom range when combined with the right lens. So today, we're going to be taking a look at what makes the WACP-2 different, and more importantly, why you should be considering either of these options over a traditional dome port and lens combo. The original WACP is designed to be used with a 28mm full frame equivalent lens and provides a 130-degree field of view. The new WACP-2 is designed to be used with a 14mm full frame equivalent lens and provides a wider 140-degree field of view. Both, however, will be wider than even the widest rectilinear lens, such as a Canon 11-24mm, for example. And this is really a good thing. As many of you may already know, with underwater imaging, the closer we get to the subject, the better color, contrast, and sharpness we're going to have in our images. Being able to shoot within that ultra-wide 130 to 140 degree field of view is a big benefit for us, as it allows us to shoot very large subjects, such as sharks, mantas, or reefscapes, at a very close distance while still fitting everything into the frame. Now, owners of the original WACP often have to use much older kit-style lenses in the 28 to 70mm range. One unique feature of the new WACP-2 is its compatibility with more modern pro lenses in the 14 to 35mm focal length ranges. And as a result, we found the WACP-2 to be slightly better in terms of image quality due to this compatibility. There's a wide range of supported lenses from the likes of Canon EF, Canon RF, Nikon FX, Nikon Z, Sony E, and Fuji F-mount to choose from, and we expect this list to grow as more lenses are tested. Now, you can find a full list of compatible lenses for your specific camera in the link that I've included below in the video description. Now, both the WACP and the new WACP-2 offer exceptional close focusing abilities. With either, you can literally focus within nearly an inch from the glass, which is something you cannot often do with a traditional dome port and rectilinear wide-angle lens combo. This opens up a whole variety of creative close focus wide-angle opportunities for your underwater images. What's unique with the new WACP-2, however, is that it has the ability to focus in air, while the original WACP cannot. This is a major benefit for professionals in the field, as you can now easily shoot topside B-roll footage before getting completely underwater, and also for over-under or split shots without the need of having to swap back to that old dome port and lens combo. This of course will save you lots of time if you're on a tight shoot schedule, by not having to constantly swap between equipment for these types of shots. The zoom-through capabilities are perhaps one of my favorite features of the new WACP-2. Just like the original WACP, the WACP-2 offers full zoom-through capabilities and can maintain the same exceptional image quality throughout the full zoom range. This combined with the lens's close focusing abilities is an excellent benefit for underwater filmmakers and photographers, as it allows you to capture wide, medium, and close-up shots all during the same dive. Here you can see a few examples of the WACP-2 shot at various focal lengths, and just how easy this makes visual storytelling by capturing an establishing shot, medium shot, and a close-up shot with just the WACP-2 and the lens. Prior to the WACP and WACP-2, to achieve something similar to this on an underwater shoot would typically involve multiple dives with several lenses, and having to swap all of that gear during your surface intervals. Now you can accomplish all of this with just one dive using a simple port and lens. Now let's talk about perhaps the most interesting feature, image quality. The image quality with the WACP-2, just like the WACP, is exceptional, and is hands down one of the best wide-angle options we've seen available in the market for larger sensor cameras. Thanks to the ingenious engineering from the folks over at Nauticam, both the WACP-2 and the WACP optically correct the lens you're combining them with to achieve the best possible image quality underwater. As I mentioned earlier, owners of the original WACP often have to use much older kit-style lenses starting at that 28mm focal length range. And as a result, we found the WACP-2 to offer a slight advantage in terms of image quality due to its compatibility with more modern pro lenses. In either case, the most important thing to understand is that both the WACP-2 and the original WACP far exceed the image quality produced by a rectilinear lens shot behind a traditional dome port. Now, some of you may know from experience, shooting with a rectilinear lens, such as a 16 to 35mm, behind a dome port with an aperture much more open than f9, typically resulted in rather poor image quality, particularly in terms of corner sharpness, and often gave you a rather unusable image. One unique feature of the WACP-2, and even the original WACP, are their abilities to shoot with more open apertures and still maintain image quality. Here you can see a few footage examples where I was able to shoot at much wider apertures, within the f4.5 to f5.6 range, with very acceptable sharpness and image quality. This is a really great advantage by being able to create a more shallow depth of field behind subjects that you want to draw your audience's attention to, or when shooting in more extreme low-light conditions, without having to shoot with an undesirable ISO or shutter speed. One concern often brought up for all of these options is the weight and size involved for travel. As you can see here, in terms of size, there's very little difference between a traditional 230mm dome port, the WACP, and the WACP-2. In fact, the larger size and mass of these options actually results in better stability while underwater, with a camera rig that's been properly trimmed for neutral buoyancy. This is a big perk for any underwater filmmakers, as achieving steady, smooth underwater footage tends to be much more easily achievable with a larger camera rig compared to a smaller one. In addition, both the WACP-2 and the original WACP include a buoyancy collar that makes the lens close to neutral in water and trims the front of the underwater camera almost perfectly. Compared to a traditional 230mm dome port, this is a really nice benefit, as the large dome port acts like a giant air pocket underwater and tends to pull the trim along the front of the camera upwards. In any case, all of them will likely need to be checked into baggage. And on that note, Nauticam actually includes this heavy-duty padded travel case with the WACP-2 for that exact reason. Now in terms of weight, there are some important differences to understand. Here you can see a quick comparison chart with the WACP-2, original WACP, and a 230mm dome port with an extension ring. As you can see, the WACP-2 comes in as the heaviest option at just over 15 pounds. In our opinion, the superior image quality with the WACP-2, or even the slightly lighter original WACP, far outweigh the weight and travel benefits associated with using a traditional dome port. Ultimately, this is a consideration for you to make based on your own priorities between image quality and the weight for traveling. Overall, we're thoroughly impressed with the WACP-2's performance for underwater imaging, and I hope today's video has been helpful for all of you out there that are considering picking one of these up from us. Please feel free to leave any questions in the comments section below, or contact our Reef Photo staff directly. We all dive and shoot with a variety of this equipment regularly, and we're happy to offer any kind of insight or experience that we can to help out with the decision making. If you're interested in learning more about the original WACP, I've included links for all of that content in the video description below. And to check out more of our knowledge base articles or other videos, you can visit us at www.reefphoto.com and just click on the Learn tab along the top of the homepage. Well, I think that's going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more cool videos to come soon, and we'll see you on the next one.